I think Western comics are in a lot of trouble. I've talked about this quite a bit, and I think a lot of other people have laid down some pretty good reasoning to why mainstream comic books are in a ton of trouble, despite there being a large demand for the product. That demand is still there. They're just not getting something that they really want to spend any money on. People don't care about Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean Grey sharing a room on the moon. Like, that's not what comic book fans are looking for. That's not what they want. Or the New Warriors. That's not what people are into. They don't want this. And then, DC Comics, they're kind of folding out. They're going to have 32 issues total in February, or is it March? I did a whole video on that. It's really sad, the state of American comics. They are unwilling to look at manga or other outlets and see what they're doing and copy it. They continue to kind of just double down on this weird agenda-driven thing. It's kind of mind-blowing that they're willing to just run it into the ground. Let me show you something here. This is from an account called Shonen Jump News Unofficial. They shared circulation numbers, okay? This is for Japan. This isn't for, I don't think this is worldwide. This is for Japan. These are collections that people have bought. I want you to look at these numbers because I think that they're pretty amazing. Look at these numbers. What are they doing that Marvel and DC isn't? If I were an executive at one of these companies, that's what I would be asking. Because obviously there's a demand here. And I know this is Japan, but there's still a lot of people that want to spend money on this stuff over here in the West. And one company that's kind of figured it out is Boom. Check this out. This is a Kickstarter for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers complete comic book collections. This is pretty cool. So I want to point out, this is expensive stuff, but people are willing to pay for it. As of right now, with 26 days to go, they've raised $358,000. In fact, according to BackerKit, they're trending to make almost $1 million. Look at that. Now, obviously, they could be wrong, but the way that this thing is going, I think it's a pretty fair bet. They're going to raise a lot of money. It's already a success. It's already made a ton of money. It's projected to make $946,000. It could make more, it could make less. I don't know. But almost making $1 million on something that you've already created is kind of cool. Power Rangers is actually a really good comic book series. There's a lot to like there. They take a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously, because Power Rangers was born from Super Sentai in Japan, there's a lot of Japanese stuff here. But it is a Western comic, but it's really good. It's just a good story. It's a lot of fun, which is what a comic book should be. And it's got a very, very devoted fan base. And it's successful. You can get the graphic novels pretty cheap. But my point here that I'm trying to make is this is something that's already been created, and look at what people are willing to spend on it. All right? That's a lot of money. You got 701 people, and this is already almost to $400,000. And look at that artwork. I love this series. This is probably my favorite comic book series. It's really good stuff. This is a really good arc here with this Draken guy. I don't want to get into explaining what's going on here, but it's a really good book. There's two of them. There's Go-Go Power Rangers and there's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but this is, of course, based on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't think you get Go-Go Power Rangers here. What you get is a reprinting of basically how this works is you can buy just one of these and pick, or you can get the entire collection. So basically, if you want to get every single copy of this in a, hard bound, hardcover book, you got to spend $500, which is a lot. But the point I want to make, and I'm stressing here, is people are willing to spend the money. You have a large group of people They're essentially, you know, in a lot of ways, whales when it comes to spending money. And Marvel and DC Comics doesn't give a shit about them. Doesn't care at all. And it's just really funny to me how they just brush them off when you have, like, obviously, like, and this isn't even Boom's first time making money. They made money with that Keanu Reeves book. Remember didn't that make almost $1 million or something? I can't remember the exact number. But, and then all the SJW comic pros got all salty about it. I wonder if they're going to get salty about this, by the way. But, you know, Boom's kind of figured it out. They figured it out that there's a demand for good product, and they found kind of a way to survive if comic book shops go under. If comic book shops go under, what can Boom Studios do? Boom Studios, by the way, is who's making these Power Rangers comics, and they also did the Keanu Reeves comic Berserk. That was the name of it. They can just do a crowdfunder, and this is their second one, and it's already successful. They're basically taking stuff that they've already created and putting them in a hardcover, a very nice collectible package, and selling it probably to the same people that already own it, because I'm seriously thinking about buying this set because the books are so good. You don't have to spend $500. You can get the trades a lot cheaper. The trades are like $20-something a piece. Really, very worth it. I think this is a great series, but it's just funny to me that Marvel and DC just ignores this market. Will ignore these people when there's money to be made there. And, you know, Boom's figured it out. Boom is one of the reasons why, even if like comic book shops collapse and, you know, things kind of get really dark for the comic book industry, like mainstream comics and stuff, they're not going to completely go away because you already have you have Boom figuring this out and figuring out a way to survive the future. I don't know, I don't see, let's say if this was like some New Warriors set from Marvel, I don't see anybody backing that Kickstarter. That would be kind of funny to watch. Anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think about all this? Give me your thoughts. I'd like to hear what you guys think about this. I thought this was pretty amazing. Give me your thoughts. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. And yeah, definitely looking at the comments here. Tell me what you guys think. Have you read these books? Do you think that crowdfunding will be the future for these companies? Why won't these companies look at manga? Tell me what you think. I'd like to hear from you guys. Anyway, peace out. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.